And welcome to this Thursday's edition even, of This is Private Practice. Haha, that could be a pretty good indication of where my brain has been in terms of time and its weird construct again. How has your day been? How has your week been? Hey, Beck McMurray, lovely to see you. I wonder if I'm going to be able to see the comments as they arrive today, because I have had some frustratingly annoying tech issues, but we had a guy here this afternoon who was asking what seemed like intelligent questions, which is hilarious because I have no idea of what the language was he was talking. But anyway, he did some things and he worked some magic and things are working faster, which was really nice for us, or for me to experience in the last couple of hours, I must admit. But still, no comments. Haven't got a clue if anybody's saying anything. So this changes the whole dynamic of doing a Facebook Live. Let me share that with you. So I must admit today feels a little bit same, Groundhog Day, but that's a good thing. As much as I'm bored and irritated by that, it's a good thing because it means that I'm staying focused to and disciplined on the things that need to be done, which I'm not always good at. But today was the day that I wanted to make sure that my rehab clients and my clinical clients were all looked after and under control and knew what they needed to do, and I knew what was going on, and I feel like I've achieved that task. There's some policy and process stuff inside the business that I didn't get to today, but I did have an IT person here interrupting me, so that was when that time was going to get used. But it's been interesting to notice again today that my frustration levels are still really high, that it doesn't take much for me to move into a place of overwhelm, even though this morning in my morning routine, I spent quite a bit of time meditating and becoming aware of my choice to respond in an agitated or anxious way, and making sure that my behavior was a little bit more in line with my attitude that I wanted, not that I was letting usurp my headspace. But as the day has progressed, I have found I'm becoming a little bit more agitated and a little bit more frustrated and finding it difficult to hold information in my head, which tells us a couple of things. Number one, it tells me I'm fatigued. Duh. And number two, it tells me that I've probably got some deadlines and still remain overcommitted. But the good thing is that in the last 3 days, I've been able to focus on doing the tasks that need to be done, working out what those tasks are, and for me the most important thing is making sure that service delivery is maintained. So I am excited that service delivery has been maintained. So yay for good quality service provision. So tomorrow I'm out of the office. I'm going and hanging out with my mentoring circle, so the group of women that I meet with every so often and we talk to every couple of days. I'm looking forward to getting some definition around a few projects or some goals I want to set for next year, and feeling supported and nurtured around some things I want to achieve next year, which also include how I want to nurture and nourish myself. So it's interesting, for the first time in history that I can ever remember, the types of goals that are emerging for myself for next year are around how I want to be and how I want to look after myself, which is a massive transition for me, massive change. It's usually around what do I need to earn and what do we need to do and who do we need to serve and how's all that going to work. Next year, I'm feeling like it's going to be the year of how do I do all of those things, but step up in terms of how I'm looking after myself, which I think is a phenomenal achievement. So pat myself on the back for that. I got the new timeline. That's what I was looking over there for today from the copy editor typesetter for my book. So that's kind of squished us into a 2-week time frame to get quite a lot of new bits done, but I went and put those bits straight into my calendar. So that way other things can't take over. So I'm feeling the pressure of cash flow again, because that's just what happens when you run a business. You get times when you get really tight, but I know that we've got good systems in place and we've got good people around us, and we're doing the best we can with the resources that we have. And I can feel really I probably in the last couple of months I haven't felt as confident about that as what I can now. Onboarding this new bookkeeper has been incredibly important for us. It's highlighted some errors that were being made that were big ass errors, but you know what? We're fixing them, and sometimes we just need to learn to be patient with our cash flow and patient with ourselves, which is awful because sometimes all you feel like you're doing is accumulating debt. But if you keep making sure that you're sticking to the things that you know you need to do, keep delivering on your service and not get caught up in a panic, you'll be fine. It's just that simple. We will be fine. So looking forward to Friday tomorrow. I'm not quite sure if we're going to get a Celebration Friday in. I'm not quite sure how tomorrow is going to work for me in the afternoon. But so if I don't get a chance to see you, I'll look forward to talking to you next week. But if I do end up being back here tomorrow, I look forward to chatting to you then. And anyone who is in Sydney, in New South Wales, if you're out on the roads, don't be watching this video if you're on the roads, but just be careful. So roads are slippery, and Sydney side is you tend to go a little bit stupid in the rain. So we just don't need to do that. Just no more stupid on the roads and in the rain. So here I am saying goodbye. I'll look forward to talking to you soon.